YouTube is Amateur Boy Zell, and we got breaking news. The winner of Conor Benn and Chris Eubanks Jr. gets the opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez. Yep, I'm not lying. Um, I'm reading, I'm quoting. I think this is Turkey Al Sheikh talking. Whoever is the winner, we are working in the future to have him fight against Canelo. Turkey said if Eubanks wins, he will have the chance to do Canelo at the beginning of 2026. He also says we have two big press conferences, one in Manchester on Tuesday and one in London on Thursday. It will be huge. Yeah, we have in our contract rematch options. Why not? But we are now focusing on the first night. Let's see what happens, and I think it will be something amazing. Right? So let me go Turkey with that weird stuff. Um, I usually agree with Turkey, but this time I don't. And this is like part 3 or 4. This is quite literally part 3 or 4 of Canelo. My bad. I heard some shit watching YouTube. This is quite literally like part 3 or 4 of Canelo bringing up a smaller guy. The first guy he brought up was it Kell Brook? Then he brought up Amir Khan. Who else did he bring up? He brought up Jermell Charlo. He's going to bring up Terrence Crawford. So that's like 4. And then once he fights either of these, it's going to be like part 5. So that's ridiculous, you know? And of course, I already see Mexican fans co-signing this BS, this nonsense. It's it's ridiculous. It's quite literally ridiculous. And I'm gonna keep standing against it. You know, at some point I was like, Brian, I'm gonna stop talking about this. I'm gonna stop talking about this stuff because nothing's gonna change. But bro, it don't have to change. You don't have to change your way. I'm gonna keep criticizing you, critiquing you every single opportunity I get. I'm gonna criticize Canelo for this nonsense. You didn't fight Benavidez because he's too big, right? You don't want to fight Bevo, even though he said he'll come to your weight class, right? But you want to fight Benn and Eubanks. Come on, man, get out of here with that nonsense. And this is it, bro. Turkey, I disagree with this big time. It's one thing for the pound for pound best fighter in the world to say, I'm gonna challenge myself and move up multiple weight classes. You're the best fighter in the world. You can afford to do things like that. You know, you can afford to do things like that. Your skill makes up for the weight difference. You feel me? Floyd Mayweather's skill made up for the weight difference between him and Canelo. But when there's already a pound for pound guy and he's bigger than you, and you're the smaller guy and you're not pound for pound, you're setting yourself up for failure. If any of those guys accept that contract, they might actually be Riri. You know, they might be a little slow. They might be mentally challenged. They might be intellectually challenged. They might be mentally underdeveloped. So if Eubanks and Benn accept that, that's on them. You know, they selling their butthole for a pity. You feel me? Because none of these guys are pound for pound fighters. Bud is pound for pound. He can afford to give up weight. He gave up weight to Errol Spence. Right? We know he gave up weight to Errol. He gave up weight to Madrimov, but he's better than those guys, so he can afford to do it. These guys cannot afford to do that. I have Canelo stopping Benn and carrying Eubank. Because I think Eubank is the superior fighter. He's been in tougher fights. He got a few L's on his record. L's build character in boxing, you know. If you say L's don't build character, then you clearly don't watch football or basketball or any other sport. Because the greatest athletes, the only great athlete in those sports that didn't lose is Michael Jordan. And that's why we call him the GOAT. That's why Michael Jordan and Floyd Mayweather are synonymous. Only once in every 50 years, you get a guy who's going to fight all the top guys and not lose. You feel me? And Michael Jordan was that guy in NBA. Floyd Mayweather was that guy in boxing. I don't know if there's a guy in the NFL Eli Manning undefeated in the Super Bowl, but he only made 2. You feel me? He beat Tom Brady twice. So, it's only very rarely you get perfection at the highest level. You feel me? And Floyd Mayweather and Michael epitomize perfection, but that's not going to happen every so often. So guys with losses, you might write them off, but I look at them, I'm like, who he lost to? You feel me? When we look at certain guys' records, we look at Sean Porter's record. Who Sean Porter lost to? Well, he only lost to Floyd Mayweather, Keith Thurman, and Errol Spence. You know, I think he also fought Adrian Broner. He fought all these guys. So it's not about when you lost or how you. It's about who you lost to. You feel me? And sometimes guys don't lose at all, but stop writing guys off because they got an L. I think Chris Eubank a hell of a fighter. I just don't think he could challenge Canelo. You feel me? It's just not the same. Honestly, I feel like this is one of them fever dreams that Turkey had. I feel like Turkey, he woke up one morning. In fact, he had a dream, a weird dream, where he saw middleweights fighting a super middleweight, and he saw welterweights fighting a super middleweight, and he got up, got him some good goat lamb milk, had him some pancakes, some buttered up pancakes with some syrup, and he said, you know what? Let's make this happen. So he called Canelo and he was like, hey, you won't believe it, bro. You won't believe it. I got an opportunity for you. And Canelo was like, payday, payday. And Canelo was like, I'm with it. Because you know Canelo love fighting smaller guys. If you bigger than Canelo at his size, you know, he get intimidated. That's why he didn't fight a prime Big Char. He didn't fight Big Charlo. He didn't fight Andrade. He didn't fight any of those guys. Um, he's only comfortable if you're smaller than him and if you're not, a threat, you know. Um, so honestly, these fights make no sense to me. I don't agree with it. I don't really care. I don't care for these fights. I don't care at all. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Till next time.